Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew with Family's Everything.
Until it's not. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Aunt. We just talked for like 40 minutes before
I
we
know
get
we
started.
always talk. We
I
should
do it.
record.
It's all my fault.
Should record our conversations before the conversations sometimes.
Yeah, we'd have to sign off on if we wanted them
Yeah,
released.
we would have to sign off because I say some
We
info
say we're off record.
that it's off the record. I
Kind
know
of like Jennifer Tilly on Watch What Happens Live the other night. Did you get any glimpses of it?
I saw the whole thing.
She
She's
was a disaster.
fascinating.
She was
She's
insane.
fascinating.
Uh, what's
First
her
of all, I
name?
think she looks great.
Crystal was like, Crystal couldn't believe it. Crystal was like, whoa.
I was surprised at the poll. First of all, Jennifer's 67 years old. I think she looks
Oh, she
amazing.
does. But she acts like she's 12.
But that's her. She was in the Chucky movie. What do you
I get
want?
it. Yeah.
And at the poll, who has the biggest bankroll? And she won it. And I can't believe that she has a bigger bankroll than Kathy Hilton.
Oh, yeah,
I
probably
mean,
not.
Kathy Hilton has like a staff.
But Kathy Hilton's worth 300 million, I think.
Well,
200
Jennifer
million.
Tilly can't be worth more than that.
Probably not.
I mean, The Simpsons didn't bring her that much money.
I only know The Simpsons through my uncle, your brother-in-law. That's like the only connection I have.
Yeah, well, they've been on a long time,
That's like the
and
only, but
her
I know it's like a cultural
ex-husband was
phenomenon. Like,
well, it predicted a lot of things, which is
I
weird.
know, very odd.
hmm
Makes
Like
me
20,
wonder about
like
Jen
15,
Tilly.
15 years ago, like they predicted Donald Trump was president and
I
stuff like
know.
that.
I know. I saw the whole montage of the
hmm
predictions.
That's kind of wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways, Jennifer Tilly, do you know who the other
They
housewives?
also had Bruce Jenner dressed up as a girl in an episode.
Oh, see, you can't make this stuff up.
You can't.
Maybe
That's
they're like,
wild.
maybe the Simpsons are like Notre Dame.
Maybe they pay people for like their secrets. So like they went to Trump and were like, do you ever want to be president? We'll put it on the show. Hey, Bruce, you
Oh,
want to be
maybe they were
president?
manifesting it.
Yeah. Or like maybe they
Maybe.
got inside scoop.
Oh, maybe it was all part of the
But
whole.
Didn't Trump also always say he wouldn't run for president, probably? He didn't like
No,
politics.
he was talking about being president 40 years ago on Oprah.
Oh.
And Phil, and what was his name?
Oh
Phil
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Phil Donahue, and the other guy with the suspenders.
But Bruce would do
Alan,
like kind of
no, Alan, not
girly-ish
Alan
things.
King. What was his name? Not Alan King.
I don't know. This is like the podcast we were talking about before. Let's get back on track with
No, no,
Family Is.
no. Oh God, what was his name? The guy used to wear suspenders and he interviewed
Larry
people.
King.
Larry King.
We
He's dead.
represented him
He
for
had
years,
8
35 years.
wives, Larry King.
I know all of
How
them.
many wives? Let's ask everybody tonight. Well, you'll never have a wife, but
I thought I saw a Larry King picture, like literally in this room. Maybe not.
oh, I thought you were looking for a mouse. Um,
No.
like, did something just run by?
No, no,
Anyways,
no.
I forgot what I was gonna say now.
All right. Well, listen. What did you
Oh,
think
I want to
about
ask this question because this goes back to the housewives in a weird way. How many spouses is too many? Like, when should you stop?
three? Three.
3 is it?
Yes.
I have a rule. I'll go to your first wedding, of course, because we still have some hope. And the second wedding I'll go to because
We
I
still
feel
have
like
some hope. The first one
no, the first one could have been a mistake. Don't invite me to your third wedding. I'm not coming.
Okay.
I'm not going. Like at that point, unless you've killed the first 2 or they died in
Oh
a
yeah, because that's a lot. I mean, but here's the thing, though. Wait a
third
minute.
is too much.
Wait a
Like
minute, though. If one of your
Larry King got
nieces,
married
if
8
one of your
times
nieces like got married the first time for love, great, you go. Then if they got married the second time for like that rebound love and thought they really found the love
for
of their
money,
life.
get married for
No, no,
money.
no. But if they did for love again and they were like super motivated and you were like, yeah, the first one was a mistake. This is the one. And then the third one was like a billionaire, you wouldn't go?
Oh, I'd go to the billionaires.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So the
Yeah, yeah,
third
yeah.
is
But I
TBD,
don't know
depending on
any.
circumstance.
Yeah, but I don't know anybody marrying a billionaire. Let's
Just
face it.
saying, you never know.
Listen, these days girls are lucky if they marry a guy with $10,000 in the bank, for God's
Totally.
sake. So forget the billionaire stuff.
Exactly.
You're lucky to find a guy that isn't in the basement with sharing the toilet with his mother when she
Or
comes
the
down to
attic. No, it's
do
not.
the
Or
do
both in
the
some
do
places.
the laundry. Anyways,
Blow up
what do you
mattresses.
Did you learn more about caviar than you ever thought you would? No.
Yeah, but I also this was probably the most petty episode I've ever seen on the
It was a little
Housewives.
petty.
It was too petty for me. I felt so bad for Sutton because it was so cringy what she ended up doing, but I get the whole mental process that brought her there, but she did not deliver it the way that she should have. But
Which
yes,
isn't
between the
which she's
caviar, the types
done
of
before.
caviar, the price of
Uh,
the caviar, making fun of the types of caviar someone was going to order. Like first and foremost, I think Jen Tilly was hosting this event. I hope she paid for all the caviar. I also don't think that they were paying the kind of money that you pay when you go there a la carte and you're ordering because it was good promotion for the business.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
And
I didn't know there
also
was a
they're
place that
filming,
just
yeah.
had caviar. No, I
So the
think that
reality
they're
is they were
waiting for them.
petty because it's
Yeah.
not like someone was going to order the cheaper one and say they liked it. If they ordered it, it was because they liked it because they weren't paying for it.
You know what this episode made me realize that I'm never going to complain about the $15 potato at Capitol Grill ever again.
It
Because
made
it
me
almost
think of potatoes, and I know what you know what I'm talking about.
I just thought to myself, so the potatoes, like, 13, 14, $15 at Capitol Grill. I should be happy because those potatoes went between 250 and
We should bring our own
$1,000.
caviar to
Capitol
Capital
Grill?
Grill
I
and
don't
put
like
it
caviar.
on the potatoes. But my real question for you is how much is the potato at Ruth Chris?
Do you like caviar?
Yeah, I
Oh,
like
you
it.
do?
Yeah,
Nah,
a
I
little
don't.
bit.
It's
I don't
gross.
really love it. It's nothing special to me. Just so we know the reason why we laughed about Ruth Chris, we'll give you guys the Cliff
No,
Notes
no, don't
version.
mention
Why
it.
not?
No, we're not talking about it. It's
Oh,
just one of those things we're not going to
we're
talk
not
about.
big fans. Well, we
We're
want to
not
know actually,
fans
we
of.
won't talk about it. Put in the comments if you've been to a Ruth Chris and tell us about your experience. Because
Yes.
I've been to a couple that are good, and then we have a story that's too long for this podcast. This is too
Yes.
short form.
Yes.
But just
I
tell
keep
us
on
if you like
losing my
Ruth Chris, and
earpiece
tell us if
today.
you like caviar, and tell us if you also like baked potatoes. You can just tell us those things.
I
Tell
love
us
a
it all.
good baked potato. I mean, a
Love it.
good baked potato, you don't need anything on. I'm just going to say that. If a potato is really good, you don't need butter,
You know,
salt,
potatoes
sour
I
cream.
miss
What?
the Meals on Wheels ones that your mother used to get. They were
Oh,
so tasty.
stop. Leave her alone.
They were so
Okay.
tasty.
Tell me, what did you think of Bose? Has everybody come to her house, even an obstetrician?
Did they take their shoes off?
Yes, of
Did you
course,
see
everybody.
them take them
No,
off?
I didn't. She
I
didn't
didn't
ask the
either.
doctor.
I don't think the guy that went upstairs took him off. He was doing manual labor. He's got to get up, get traction on the stairs. But
Stairs.
I wonder if she took them off. I will tell you too, I've now
I'm
convinced
sick of the baby storylines and all these shows.
Keely is fake as all hell. He literally, she tells him before, all right, you got to be nice, you got to be engaged. He's too kind and too proper. That's no way that he's always greeting people like that, being so sweet, so kind, knowing everyone's names. No one's like that. And here's the thing for you, Bose,
So, do
because I
you
agree.
almost think he's like a actor?
No, no, no. He's real, but
Mm.
I think Bose is
Yeah, but do you
like
think
not letting
she's
him be
given him a
himself as much.
script?
He's taking it too seriously. Like I just want him
Well,
to be
no, no,
more
no.
him.
But remember, she was in charge of Netflix,
I get
which
it. That's my point.
produces
She
a
doesn't
lot of
realize.
shows. So maybe she is producing her storyline
I
in a
don't,
different way.
maybe a little bit, but not intensely. What I think she's going
I
to
think
see
so.
from this season, if she is everything that we all know her to be from a marketing perspective, she's not going to have this storyline next year because
No,
where people have been the most receptive to her, honestly, is coming in and being the voice of reason, but being very like sensible about it. She's not long-winded like Dorit. She can get
right.
to the point. She says things very, very like smooth, quick, and they make very good sense. And she's
Mm-hmm.
funny too. She says good lines. She's
Yeah.
like she's good. She's great for the show. She doesn't need to do this whole production thing.
No, but do you notice whatever she says, she comes to Kathy a lot, I think. She
She's no shame at coming at anyone.
No, but she really goes at Kathy, and Kathy's kind of like the grand dame of Beverly Hills. I'm surprised she goes after Kathy. Not goes after, but she puts her down, and Kathy just goes, "Okay." First of all, has Kathy said two words the last two episodes she's been in?
No, I think
Nothing.
Kathy is just having fun being on the show and like not being in the hot seat. And it's just like
She's not saying anything. She
I
didn't
think
say
Kathy came back
anything.
solely to support Kyle because she didn't know what the season was going to look like for
Oh
Kyle
no,
coming off of
I think she likes the Kyle's down.
I think she does a little bit too. But that's the whole point of it. She would love if Kyle was down a little bit and she could come in and be big sister and be like, "Don't speak to my sister that way. Don't do that." The reality is, Kyle, because of Dorit's antics, her story has taken second fiddle to Dorit's this season.
Yes.
So
And on the after show, this was interesting.
I didn't watch it yet this week, but
I
tell me.
did. Bose was talking about how, well, we'll get to the Mauricio storyline.
Well, let's get to it because we've been talking for a little bit. So let's
Okay,
get to it.
well, the chick got the
Shit, we knew all
paparazzi.
about that.
Yeah, the chick
Or
is the
someone,
one.
listen, if you and I were in an airport and we took the picture, we'd be the first ones trying to sell it to someone. So, like, it could have been
Oh
a
yeah, I
fan.
totally would sell it.
It
If
could
I
have been
saw
a
Mauricio
fan.
making out with the girl, I would. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was
Him or
the
her.
no her,
Yeah,
her,
her. Okay.
because she wants the world to
And
know.
she only lasted 5 minutes.
So she wants her 15 minutes of fame if she's got
Totally.
to be with him. But
Or to shake him a little bit to see how separated he really is. Because if he curled into a ball and was like, "Oh my God, that picture, it's terrible," and he reacted in a way that wasn't like, "Oh yeah, it sucks, people, someone got us," then she would know where she stood.
okay, were you team Dorit or team Sutton?
I'm team Sutton on this just because of the context of the joke Dorit made. I can't see past it.
Mm. Oh, calling her see you next Tuesday?
No, an
Oh.
alcoholic, like the whole
Oh
alcohol
yeah, she
joke.
called
I
her an
didn't like it
alcoholic.
because, like, Dorit, you already went down this
But
road, so
you
like,
were okay
there's
with I
no.
my wallet's bigger than yours.
No, I wasn't really
No,
okay with
I thought
it either.
I thought that was in poor taste for
I
Sutton.
thought it was too. I think she could have said more like, "You know what, Dorit, you act so powerful and you act so like your shit doesn't stink. But you know what? You're going through a separation, potentially a divorce. I've been there, done that. You act as if you can buy all these different things and do all that. I do the same thing. You and I, there's no difference between the two of us. You can't treat me
Yep.
like I'm less than you. And you know what? Quite frankly, you should take a page out of my book because I'm the one that's navigated a divorce successfully and look at where I'm at now. So get off my jock." If she had said it
But
like that, it
it
would have
might
been
have
a
been
whole different
different.
ball game.
Exactly. But how much money did I mean, we know she gets $300,000 a
We
month.
don't know how much she got. She might not have gotten a ton.
But she got a house
Yeah.
and she got cash and she got this and that and her jewelry and stuff. No, she got a pretty good and then plus the 300,000 every month.
Yeah.
Dorit's never getting that because their
And
house
you
is in
and you have to figure
foreclosure right now for $5 million they owe.
she's probably pocketing into a savings account like 100 to 150,000 a month. Like
Yeah.
they're not like people think that like what you see on TV is there every single day. It's not. They're
No,
filming
no,
a
no. It's
show.
just it's because they're
They're
doing the show.
rich
Yeah.
people. Trust me, I make plenty of money. I ain't rich because I don't save the way that rich people save. Like rich people save money. Like
Yeah,
that's the
well, they
reality.
were
That's
have
why they're
a
rich.
rich. Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
like,
because there's no amount of money you can't outspend.
I
Ask
always
Dorit.
say, like, when I get a go out like a big check, I'm always like, oh, let's see if I save this because usually my mindset is make more, spend more. Most people, when they make more, they don't like. There's people that don't spend more that just are like, oh, make more, save more, like,
Right. No,
and that's how I think
right.
Sutton is. And I
Yeah.
think that when she lives off that 300,000, but imagine she's been on the show 7 seasons, she's done appearances, she does all these different things, social media posts. So she may not have to ever touch any of the money she's ever made on this show, which at this point would be about 20 million, 30 million. Like, I mean,
Mm.
just thinking about like the way in which these women can commercialize being on a show like this. So the reality is Dorit's money's had to go to like her upkeep for the show. Obviously, there's been times she's probably had to put it towards bills. I bet she doesn't even. I bet that PK takes that check for the show and says, whatever money you make on the side, social posts, events, you can use that whatever way you want. But I bet even the show money goes to their bills.
Well, yeah, and I think that's half the reason why PK's somewhere else half the time. I
Yep,
don't think he can afford anything.
nothing.
He was really bad to her.
So he
Like,
hangs with his clients for months on end so that they cover the bills.
yeah, of course. And he makes out like he's working for them. They must have a deal. Um, I thought that Dorit should work after.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What do you think she didn't?
She says she didn't know or whatever. That's BS.
No, she read it totally. without a doubt. I'm
But
looking
that's
to see
why I
if
don't love Dorit, because if I was Dorit, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. I like really genuinely mean it. I forgot. I have been going through a lot, as you know. And I would have just leaned in on the divorce, 2 kids, like, having to deal with PK and just been like, I'm so sorry. I forgot. The advice of the night came from the morally non-corrupt
Faye
Faye Resnick.
Resnick. And she says, I drink too. Don't
Yeah.
diss me. I drink
Yep.
as much as you do.
I've had money problems. I've been divorced.
She looks
Like,
good, Faye.
Faye looks very level-headed. Let me tell you something.
She
There
looks
is
like she's
something.
at a good point in her life.
Like, I would love to be on that group
So
text
why
with
do you
Faye
think she was
Resnick, Kathy
invited?
Hilton, Kris Jenner, Kyle. Like, they're all on that. This all be on that group text together. I would love it.
Why do you think Faye got invited? Because it
Oh,
was
because
Jennifer's party.
I think she comes once in a blue moon to stay relevant, and I bet she's met Jennifer a number of times through Kathy and Kyle.
Yeah.
Jennifer like referenced Faye multiple times. I think they're friends.
Oh, they may be. Did you know that her and her sister Meg, did you know they were Chinese, half Chinese?
It makes sense now. It
Yeah,
makes
it
more
does.
sense
I
than
had
Kathy.
Kathy. Yeah. But how cool was that they're the only two other sisters have been nominated? But here's a little trivia. I went and looked. So Joan Fontaine and Olivia de Havilland are the two other sisters who've been
Oh
nominated
yeah.
for an Academy Award. But Meg Tilly and Jennifer Tilly were not nominated the same year. And
Oh.
Joan Fontaine and her sister Olivia de Havilland were nominated for Best Actress the same year.
Oh, they must have a rivalry.
Oh, they must have had a
That would have been fun if
rivalry.
that was you and my mother.
Oh my gosh, I
Could you
don't
imagine what role
know.
would you have played and what one would she have played?
Me, I'd probably be like Faye Dunaway and Mummy Dearest. No, that could be your mom too, though.
I'm thinking more that my mother would be better as probably like a old angry lesbian.
Which
She'd kill
role
me.
would that
Good
be?
thing she doesn't listen.
I
She's just
know,
got,
Rich.
as they say about Lisa Rinna, you've had the same haircut for 35 years. That's my mother.
I don't know.
And we love her for it.
I could kind of play Faye Resnick. I'm not Faye
She's
Resnick.
had the
Faye
same
Dunaway.
hairdresser for 35 years too.
Faye Dunaway in Mummy Dearest. No more wire hangers ever. Because
Oh my God.
I don't allow anything but huggable hangers in my
I
house.
love that. I love it.
Yeah,
Who's
all
your
my
mess?
well, Dorit has a messiness about her right now, but I do think she's going through a lot, and I think this is the main thing.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't
I
think
think
she
it's
has,
about
I
money.
think it's the money. Oh, well, you know what? Because I was very ill last week, when they showed Dorit's closet, they showed a lot about Dorit's mind because
Mm,
her clothes were a mess.
totally.
And that shows you where somebody's head is. And
100%.
so if she wasn't a mess this week, she was a mess last week.
Well, I think she's a mess too. Anywho, follow us, subscribe us, comment us, like us, share us, believe in us, support us,
Tell me what you
endorse
think.
us. We love you. Bye.